What's up, guys? We are live. Pretty sure it's Tuesday, right? Unfinished stuck lifter. I do believe that's what happened, but it did also eat up a camshaft. Making popcorn balls tonight. Damn! We haven't made those since I was a kid. Tom, I figured you appreciate that push rod after what you had went through. What's happening, Dan? Um, so any other day, we could probably straighten that thing out, but yeah, not this time. Oh, what is that? No. My first time knowing head gasket was at fault. Oh, yeah, I've had a ton of them. More cases lifters than anything, but yeah, I've had a few head gaskets. But man, I mean, it's really tough here lately. A lot of people aren't fixing their heavy line. They're taking them home and sleeping on them. And we've had a couple of them, wait a month or two. It's like they saved up, and then they bring it back to us for us to do them. But I mean, we do have a bunch of heavy line right now, but last couple we checked, they don't want to fix. Oh, but this one. Never seen a head gasket. Why? How? Huh. Well, there was a lot of cars that we would see at the other shop that I don't see at this one. There's a few more things that we see that sometimes the dealerships don't see. So, it can vary on where you're at, and, climate, I guess, can make some differences. But I know from shop to shop, some see more of what, the others don't. I mean, like Beaver Creek is where I was before. There was lots and lots of Jeeps. Where I'm at now, it's all Chevy, Ford, and Dodge pickup trucks. But we're also closer to more rural type of living, so don't see a whole lot of Jeeps because today's Jeeps just don't hold up like they used to. Not against any Jeep owners. Just it is what it is. So what you got going on, Tom? I did finish the cab corners and rocker panels on that truck, so I put that final video out. I think tomorrow we're going to push it out and clean the bay up so I can bring my car in. Did both head gaskets on a 3.8 Jeep today. Number one was washed out. An old 3.8 Jeep? We saw one of those the other day too. Yeah, the old 3.8s, I mean, they were always blowing head gaskets. But as far as new Hemi Jeeps, head gaskets go like crazy. Especially the SRTs and stuff like that. They're cracking cylinder walls and shit. 07 Wrangler, yeah. Yep. What's up, bro? Man, I really wish you could have seen Greg. He hasn't changed a bit. It's like that dude hasn't aged at all. It's freaking crazy. But he's getting ready to go back into surgery again. 3.84s were good for head gaskets too. Oh, God, yes. Tons. See, what was GM's 3.4 liter would always blow the head gasket right there on the corner by the alternator. Or no, beside the power steering pump. And if it went on the backside, it was the opposite side of the alternator, the backside of the cylinder head by the transmission. I got those 3400s down to probably a couple hours now. I can bust those suckers out fast. 3800 Fords, those are pretty damn easy. That's just like the 3800 Ford had the 3 liter also. Just like Chrysler's 3.0 and 3.8. Those were good to work on. I miss those. Yeah, Ford 3.8s. I did a lot of valve springs in those too. Got it down to where I was doing the valve springs on the car, and I'd put a little bit of shim in them just to make it close that valve a little bit harder. It worked. I did, in fact. Jason came up and we got the heat going in that big custom coach that I put the picture out on. Ford usually undersprings their valves. 302s and stuff I really didn't have an issue with, other than 3.8s were really bad about that. Cool, old McDonald. Thanks for stopping in, dude. Hopefully it'll charge up for you. You can come in here and chat with us. Let's step back in this. And this is, if everybody remembers that custom coach that I put that video out for that rear cabin area with all the electronics. This is the front console circuit board. You can see all the corrosion. So he had no lights up in the cabin of this, interior lights, none whatsoever. It was full of corrosion, but Mercedes actually had this thing in stock. So, oh, here comes Jason.
Hi.
What up? Your camera not working?
Fuck no. I'm actually working on it right now. See if we can get it to go.
Okay. I was talking about that cabin cruiser.
Cabin cruiser? You working on a boat?
No, that custom coach.
Oh, the Sprinter van?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was happy with that. We're going to eventually...
Oh, he's ecstatic. The fact that he's got lights now, he can see when he eats.
we're gonna do those control boards eventually. I
Yeah.
was happy I found the stupid thing.
Well, I guess someone said something somewhere at some point. He said that
Hey.
those things were
It worked when I
like
plugged it in.
$1,000 to replace or something like that.
Yeah.
And he thought that was a piece, which, I mean, somebody's markup could have been different. But
Yeah. I mean, I was easy on them working them up.
dude, you did just fine. I didn't fret about it. I thought it was
Yeah,
I thought it was fair.
Yeah.
But he just, after, you heard what happened, didn't you? His tow truck.
Oh yeah, they got in a wreck.
Or
Yeah.
no, the truck, trailer, and all the equipment got destroyed in an accident. And it
Yeah.
wasn't his fault. It was ice.
Yeah. It was like the plow truck and the lawnmowers and stuff.
Yes.
All goofed up.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
he said he
he
lost
called
like
me.
50 grand.
Yeah, he called me that one night, and yeah, it was bad. Yeah.
So he said probably mid to late spring he'll have enough income to get those done.
Yeah.
But I
Once
think once
he
those are
starts needing
done,
the air conditioner.
yeah. But once he gets those done, he said something about the headlights. Like he wanted to change the headlight assemblies or something.
Oh. Yeah, they probably make some fancy thing for it, I'm sure.
I think he wants LEDs.
Mm-hmm.
The way it's coming across to me. I drove Jim's Dodge in to the shop today to do a transmission service,
Yeah.
and it's got projectors in it. Dude, these things are so freaking dim. Like the fog lights worked better. I get to the house.
My headlights are pretty bad. Yeah.
Well,
They need cleaned again. I cleaned them when I first got it, and it was pretty good, but it's getting
I told him
worse.
he needed to pull them and sand them and clear them. And he's like, well, what do you mean? I'm like, I couldn't see.
Yeah.
I was relying on everybody else's headlights.
Yeah.
So he's like, I don't drive it. Hope does. I'm like, yeah, you need to drive it home so you can see. Yeah, it sucked. But anyway, I'm not sure if I made some waves or not, but I put the cats on that 3.6 and made Hunter stick it in that van.
That Poopy's in the
Sprinter.
wrong mouth.
He said it was in the wrong mouth.
I know it was.
Say hi to everybody. Got mommy's hair all over you.
I should. Oops.
Are you going to say hi to everybody? Huh?
No, you just gonna stare.
Yeah. She's checking everything out like, hey.
There's a lot going on down here, there, Papa. Here, get you a little bit closer, but he can see you. Whoa.
Oh. She's like, saw that scary guy. Oh my God. What she's holding her head up good.
Oh yeah, dude. She throws herself everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Y'all get to see my peanut Sunday.
Well, her living in Columbus, that's going to be tough. I just scared her by talking.
I think you did.
Yeah, she was
Living
like,
in Columbus, it's hard to get to see her, I bet.
yeah, and I mean, not just Columbus,
Maybe
like
when Maya has pneumonia.
just like it's
Yeah. Well, but I mean, she can still FaceTime and stuff, which we never had.
yeah, because she lives in Gahanna, which how far away that is.
Oh. Really? You say hi to Papa? Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I know there's people that their grandkids live across the country, you know, so
I know, but again, I mean, it's
an hour and 10 minutes from here, so
Abby always calls Natalie in California on Facebook so that they can video chat so that she can see
Yeah.
Morgan.
Yeah.
So that's cool that they have that now, because if we didn't have that back in the day,
No.
we had to visit a motherfucker.
Yeah. Write them letters and shit. Send them pictures. Yeah, I mean, well, I'll get, like I said, I'll get to see her Sunday. She's itty tiny anyway. Cody's mom sent some pictures to us the other day. She babysit her while Hannah and Cody went somewhere, and she actually stuffed her in a stocking. She's so small.
Oh yeah.
It was hilarious.
Well, she was that small. She was 6'5" when she was born.
6'12".
Oh, 6'12", that's right.
That's
And
what Maeve was, exactly 6'12".
I could put that baby
yeah.
in my hand.
Yeah. That's what everybody said.
I saw the picture of
Those
her.
pictures I posted,
wrapping
they're
her
like, she looks so
fingers around
tiny in
her
your
big
big
finger.
ass hand. I was like, yeah,
She was
small.
tiny.
There was a picture of me when she was in the NICU with the CPAP on, where she had pooped while she was in there before she come out,
Yeah.
and she had the CPAP on, and I put my hand across her, and all you could see was the mask.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Cindy said Maeve did that, like, as soon as she came out, like, it went everywhere, and they had
I
to
don't know if it'll let
call
me
in the
show
NICU
it.
and see what was going on, but she was okay, so.
Now, she had to have the CPAP on for, like, I think it was about 12 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably get a shower and stuff.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah.
Who was talking? Was that him?
Yeah.
Oh,
He's on the
okay.
phone with me.
Yeah, that was weird. I thought it was me, like, echoing. I'm like, what the heck was that?
That was her boyfriend.
Sam's here, and he likes gloves. All right, very good.
Oh, hi, Sam Gloves.
Yeah, I'm like,
That's very odd.
yeah.
You inviting four
I mean-
friends, Sam?
I like gloves too, because especially when my hands get cold. So I mean, cool.
Do the people on the panel have any disposable gloves, plastic gloves, rubber gloves, cleaning gloves, surgical gloves?
Okay.
You didn't plan on inviting a lot of friends.
Yeah, we're gonna probably we're gonna have an issue here.
Word vomit is about to come out.
Yes, we have gloves.
Yeah, I know his mom does, but
That's what I said. Word vomit.
Let's go to Sam Gloves' channel.
Peppo.
See what we do here.
looks like Dominic.
That's
Oh,
messed up.
actually-
Is he legit?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, well, we won't have to block him then.
Yeah.
May have to
It just
screw around with
stayed-
him a little bit.
He just likes gloves. I mean, like tattoo guys and
Vic found your hair.
thanks, Vic. I went what was it, Saturday night? Like I went to Great Clips. It was like they closed at 6. I got there at like 5:30.
Post picture.
And,
of grandsons.
The people on the panel all wear.
What's happening, Vic?
Okay, yeah, we've officially gotten into the
Weird section of Sam Gloves.
Yeah, we've officially gotten into the weird hour.
We got about 10 minutes before the weird hour hits.
Yeah, we're just gonna put that one in timeout. Howdy, Vic. Merry Christmas.
We're almost there. So I got another story from AAA. Actually, a couple, but all right, love you. Danny says love you.
Love you, Benny.
Um,
Why did that not go?
so was sent out on the call to change and put on a spare tire on a Ford Fusion. They couldn't find the wheel lock key. They said the jack parts were missing, so they couldn't jack up the car. They couldn't find the wheel lock key. So they had the car towed to the shop because they didn't want to go to AAA.
Okay.
I get it there. The wheel lock key is in a pool noodle in the glove box.
Of course.
The jack has never been removed from the factory position. Here's the wheel
Oh,
lock key.
shit. I just hid Vic.
Here's the
Sorry,
wheel lock.
Vic.
Oh my god. So here's the wheel lock
Oh, yeah.
key. And
There we go. Sorry.
what's
Sorry,
up,
Vic.
Dr. Art?
What's up, Dr. Art? Sorry, Vic. I was taking care of one person and took
Dr.
care of
Art,
two by accident.
Someone put those PCMs outside and I finally found them. So I have not forgot about you.
Exactly.
Is the
Exactly.
international
Dan,
sign
yeah.
for security lug key. Well, the fact was, it looks like the previous owner stuck it in a pink pool noodle so it couldn't be lost. But this is all AAA drivers that couldn't find the wheel lock key, said the jack wasn't there, and had never been taken out. So
They don't know what they're doing. They're hiring.
that's fine,
people,
dude. I just wanted to keep you up to date.
They're hiring people from. They're hiring people from Speedway. And
JB,
McDonald's.
what's up?
JB, my man.
So yeah, and that's what I had told her. So we put a set of tires on it, did wiper blades, little shit, and I reset the oil light for her.
Sorry, man.
So are you good, bro? Everybody's sick, dude. Bobby's whole house is sick right now.
It's this crazy weather. I was over at Corey's. Corey that has the Jeep, Ron's son-in-law. I was over there at his house today out in Centerville. Man, I was out in the sun. I took my hoodie off and everything. I was like,
Yep.
This is crazy. And yesterday I went to Centerville to the body shop behind there because evidently they're having issues with them, and I was charging the AC for them because they, it had a hit in the front. It was thundering and lightning down there yesterday during that rain. Yeah.
Wow.
So it's Chet and his wife. I always forget her name, but she works out in the shop, and he's in the office, and she's hilarious. She was underneath the car, and we heard that noise, and she was like, "Is that freaking thunder?" And then she said the real F word. I was like, yeah. She was like, "This weather is crazy." And then she's like, "Well, I don't want," because they wanted me to go out and diagnose another one. They thought the starter was bad. And I'm like, "Oh, I'll just get my umbrella and go out there." And she's like, "You're not going out there with an umbrella right now. No, not happening." So she made me pull my van in the shop so I didn't have to keep running back and forth. But and then she saw, so she's underneath one car, like putting the bumper on and bumper cover, I should say. And she looks over, she's like, "What did you do to your van?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And like down where the fog light delete is down the bumper, it was all knocked loose, and I'm like, I was out at Renaissance Festival and ran into a mud hole and knocked everything loose,
Oh crap.
So she rolls over there on her creeper and pops it all back into place. And I was like, "I'm going to do it again."
Nice,
and she's like, "I know you're going to do it again," but she's like, "I can't stand it,"
How many of those do we fix?
Oh yeah. And I almost bet you right now it's probably popped back out because that fan was in a wreck right before I got it.
Yeah.
And I think they just boogered up the bumper cover. They didn't replace it. They bondoed it or something. So the tension's wrong on it. You know what I mean?
I can't hear crap. Lars is playing with the grinder. Just look for
Go
the finger,
for it,
JB. That's all you got to do.
Yeah.
So remember I told you about that Dodge and all that electrical issue? Remember the one I had to fix all the common wires and crap?
In Ohio, McDonald,
Dude,
yeah.
It came back yesterday evening, and the wipers weren't working, and the driver said headlight wouldn't come on. All I did was start it and pull it in the shop, and the headlight came on, and everything worked but the wipers.
I can't hear nothing.
Oh,
Hold on a minute. Try that.
is it me?
You're good. You're good now. I didn't hear anything you did.
Oh.
My sound like muted itself.
Wow.
Well, this
But no,
refrigerator, I don't know if you can hear it. It's louder than crap.
I can hear it a little bit.
Yeah.
But no, that
definitely-
truck came in and the headlight wasn't working. The power steering was acting up, and the wipers wouldn't work.
What kind of truck was it?
That Dodge that I had all that wiring issues with.
Yeah.
Well, I
A
pulled it in
Dodge.
and look at it. Dude, it's got like 24 codes in the body control module.
Oh, I got a good one for you. I don't know if I told you about this one. You remember
Chinese
Dell?
hackers.
Yeah. The time in the drones over the freaking base and
Why is that such a big thing right now?
okay. And this is all conspiracy theory shit. But somebody's creating a distraction. But then and I read this on the internet, so I don't know how true it is. It was on YouTube on CNN or something that some nuclear material has mysteriously disappeared in this amount of this shit. But anyway,
Yes, it is, Dr. Art.
yeah, it's a distraction, Rob. It's they can't do COVID now, so they got to do some other stupid shit. But anyway, you were talking about that Dodge.
Yeah.
You remember Dell Terrell, the Miller Lite
Yeah.
guy?
Yeah. One passed away last year.
Yeah, his son Jeremy called me. I don't know. It's probably been 2 weeks ago. Another one of those weird, nice days. I went out on a Sunday. I went to his house because he said he was down hunting in southern Ohio and he was coming home and his headlights went out. And it's a Dodge truck, with a TIPM in it. It's a diesel one like mine, which mine's
this one doesn't have a TIPM. It has a normal underhood fuse box because it has a center stack.
okay. Mine's systematically breaking down. Like the what the heck was it? It blows the fuse for the AC every year in the spring. I don't know why, but the first time I turn the AC on, it blows the fuse, which shuts the whole dash down.
Yep.
And I have done all kinds of tests. I replace the fuse. I don't put a bigger fuse in it. It's a 20 amp fuse. I put a 20 amp fuse in it. And then after that happens, every year I have to charge the AC because it deadheads the compressor and it blows it blows it all out. I still don't know what that is yet. But then this year, a couple times when I was towing the camper, and that one has the brake lights and the turn signals are separate in the tail lights on the truck. So it has that built-in converter to control the trailer lights. So I had a couple people tell me, hey, your right brake light or your right turn signal didn't work. I had a guy follow me into the campground one time at Cedar Creek and he was all pissed off at me because he obviously wasn't paying attention and I had to stop and turn. And yeah, exactly.
Sorry.
And, so what I did, went to the TIPM and there's no power coming out going to the. So what I did, I bought one of the, where you put the adapter in the back that goes from the two lights down to the one. It has a little diode in it. So I just put that on the right side of the camper or on the right side of the truck and the taillight ran it down to the green wire on the, and it fixed it, which is fine. But anyway, Jeremy's Dodge, it was a few years newer than mine because it has the 6.7 in it. It has the bigger Cummins in it. Literally, dude, none of the headlights work. No low beams, no high beams, nothing. So, I get to looking at the wiring diagram. I'm like, well, they're always powered. The TIPM grounds them, which is kind of strange to me, but I mean, that's normal. nowadays.
Yeah.
So I found the ground on the driver's side, going to the fender with all, and Dodges are bad for
The
that.
ground
They have
pack.
that frame. Yeah. So I took that strap off. I wire brushed it all up. I took my big ratchet crimpers like I was using the yours the other day that I said mine are kind of getting goofy. Crimped that down, sanded the fender off, put it on. Well, the driver's side, everything starts working. Headlight, I-beam. Go to the passenger side. Well, the ground for that was a little harder. You had to actually had to pull the headlight out. And I cleaned that one, it wouldn't work. So then I go on my power probe, and I literally just like the other day when I got those relays freaking out with my test light, and you were like, "What the heck are you doing?"
Yeah. Yeah.
I literally go in there, and as soon as I touch that wire, everything comes on. And I went in and cleaned all the grounds and stuff, and I'm like, man, Jeremy, I was like, this thing's probably going to need a tip home. And he was like, okay, well, that's fine. And he knows Ross out at Dodge. And I
Yeah.
was like, well, you get one, and I don't know if we're going to have to program it or whatever. But everything started working.
Yeah.
And yeah, you're probably right, old McDonald. I do agree with that. So it's like I said, it's been a couple of weeks. So I messaged him, or he messaged me Saturday, and he says, "You're not going to believe this." He says, "But I haven't had any problem with those lights since you did that."
It found ground again.
I was like, "It's got to be the ground." Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was just
I
weird.
always have to cut it off, strip everything, and solder a new lug on it, and then it's fine.
So then I went out to Corey's today to look at the Jeep because the heater core is leaking on it.
Yeah.
And he had a misfire and it had a bad plug wire. And then he said, he's like, he wants me to do the heater core in it. I'm like, okay. He says, but why are you doing this? He says, yeah. Oh, okay. So this is the weird thing about that. He's like, yeah, I had the heater core done before at AAA. And he was like, we did the super sneaky thing where we, you cut it and put the rubber hose in it. And,
No, that's what you were supposed to do.
I know. And I think he has forgotten this. And so I'm over there today and I'm looking and he's like, yeah, it's leaking really bad. Carpet's all wet. I'm like, yeah. And I go and I look in there and I'm like, I stuck my camera in there. I was like, this thing's never been done. Like it's still got
I couldn't get to it because I had 2 engine jobs, and that's why he went to you.
Yeah. And that was at Dare, but I left during that time.
Right. And it was there for a damn year.
Yeah. So I think he's really confused, but yeah, it probably won't show up real well. Let's see if it'll focus or not. Yeah, it's not going to focus. Well, you can kind of
see. If you hold still, I can see it.
Yeah, you can see the crack coming out of there a little bit.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm going to do the sneaky deal on it. That's fine. But then the
flying carpets and not drones.
That's hilarious.
I got a question about an inverter on Digger's.
But anyway, real quick, let me finish this story, and then I got to go get more beers. His turn signal won't work when the headlights are on, and there's another one of those big ground clamps. And when he had it there, he says, "Look, this ground clamp needs taken apart and cleaned, and a new input on it, like you said, soldering in a nice brass connection."
Yeah.
Well, they took it off and just put dielectric grease on and put it back on. And dude, I looked down in there, and this dude is green, like it is bad. I mean, it's up there where the hood closes. So, all right, hold on just a second. And then you can talk to me about the inverter?
Yeah. "79-year-old grandma wins burnout contest in her 57 Cadillac." I bet that was sweet.
need to find just a decent old small block Chevy for the S10 to make it. I want to make it the burnout truck. And I want to try and talk Dad out of that Turbo 400 that he's got.
Who?
Dad's got that Turbo 400 over in the garage, the one out of Suburban.
Yeah, I tried. That's
Hey,
why I got.
I'm getting ready to do him a big solid doing that roof for his transmission job. So that's going to be part of the deal.
She probably had spark plugs in the tailpipe to fake the flames.
Yeah.
Well, I was reading a thing where my grandma wins a burnout contest in her old '57 Cadillac.
Oh, dude, can you imagine getting that thing wound up? It would probably burn out for days.
Yeah.
I mean, the truck's already set up. It's got a spool in it. Like, it would be a perfect burnout truck. With
So if you watch Marketplace, every once in a while you'll see a bare small block for sale.
Yeah.
And
I just think that small blocks fit better in those trucks than LSs do. Like, honestly.
it's not the blocks more than it is the headers.
Exactly. It's the way the cylinder head is situated.
Right.
'Cause
If you got the headers that Stevie had got, dude, they fit so nice. But they're also really damn expensive.
flat tops have more compression than dish pistons do, JB. Just saying. I'm a Ford guy. I had a bunch of dish pistons.
I put flat tops in mine, and it loves it.
Yeah, because it's more compression. The
Yeah.
dish is, it's negative.
So with my pistons, my cylinder heads, and my head gaskets, I'm pushing 11-1 now because I got that other 39 thousandths compressed gasket instead of the 40.
You've got like a LT1 piston in yours, don't you? A pop-up piston.
No, I didn't want to have to run fucking hot rod fuel, so I want to run pump gas. So I'm knocking on 11-1.
Well, you're saying 11-1, you're almost at hot rod fuel.
I know.
I mean,
well, but there's big blocks out there running 11-1, still running pump gas.
Can you run E85 in that injector system?
I can.
I would do that.
Well, I thought about that, but I can't let it sit for too long. I have to empty it.
Well, but there is an additive that you can put in them now. So here's the thing: if you get, if like right now it's not E85, it's only like E50 right now. They put a lot of more gasoline in them in the winter time.
So there's E88 at the Casey's.
That's not E88. That's 88 octane. That's E15 is what that is.
Oh. Well,
don't use that shit.
Well, Stevie's been running E85 from every gas station around in his truck, and he said it works great.
Yeah, Sheets has the best. But Sheets and Kroger, believe it or not, I've been watching them test the fuels.
Circle K has that 88 octane that has no ethanol.
Yeah,
that stuff is sick.
The ethanol free stuff is good. Yeah,
it is sick. My truck loves it.
Dan says E15. Is that supposed to be a question mark?
Probably, because you said
so a lot of your gas
E88 was
a lot of your gas in the wintertime, Dan, is actually E10 because they put ethanol in it in the wintertime to keep it from freezing. But that 88 octane that Sheets has is E15, which E15 is actually what NASCAR engines run, is E15.
I don't think the fuel injection heads are different from the carb head on the 2.8. I'm pretty sure it's the same intake manifold on the 2.8s.
I don't think.
Yeah. Because mine looked identical on my carb heads compared to the ones that had that aluminum intake on it.
Because it's a throttle body fuel injector on those, and it's not a multi-port. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Well, even the multi-port 2.8 Camaro looked the same as my 2.8 carburetor, and it was just a different intake manifold, but it looks the same.
Yeah, that 5 liter. Yeah, that old fuel injection probably didn't like E15. For sure.
Yeah, it doesn't have a ethanol sensor.
Right. It pisses off the oxygen sensor is what it does.
Yeah. Well, anyway, old Digger, the front battery is dead.
Yeah.
And I told him it should be okay because he's got this 14.8 volt lithium pack that he wants to put in place of it.
Yeah.
And I told him, and I was just like, dude, I'm pretty sure that can take 16 volts.
Well, but your your converter is only going to put out a maximum of like 13.8, which is like an old alternator.
I know, but just like any other 12 volt charging system, it can go up to 15 and a half.
Yes, but lithium batteries do charge different. There's smart converters that actually know what they're charging. If they're charging a flooded battery or a AGM or a lithium.
So the camper that's out there,
yeah,
would it know?
No, it would not. We'd have to change that converter.
So he was asking me, and I'm like, that part I really don't know because I've not got into that part yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
the only difference in the pre-fuel injection heads had smaller exhaust valve for a little more torque, but it was told I was wrong again. Why would they change the valve? As far as I know, it never changed.
The pre-fuel injection head probably did have a smaller valve, Rob. Read that. Pre-fuel injection. A carburetor motor probably would have.
It
That's
is different.
Just for frequency.
Okay. The only reason I say that is because Ken, the one that adjusted the carburetor on my 84 and got it to pass E-check without the computer working.
Hey JB, I got a multi-port fuel injected 5.3 that has a carburetor on it and it runs fine.
He don't want to swap it.
No, I'm just using that as a reference that I have a fuel injected engine that I converted to carburetor and it don't give a rat's.
No, that's not what he was asking. I think his question was if the cylinder heads were the same on the carbureted to.
But it's a throttle body fuel injection 2.8 if it's out of a truck.
Yeah.
It's exactly the same.
I'm pretty sure it's the same cylinder heads. Even with the multi-port, I think it's still the same heads, isn't it?
JB, I would bolt that carburetor on that thing and roll with it, baby.
That's where I'm going.
The mechanical part of that engine don't give a shit as long as it's getting fuel and air and spark.
Yep.
It's going to run. And my carbureted 5.3 doesn't even have a distributor in it. It still don't care.
I was impressed with the first time my dashboard told me I had burned out turn signal.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Dude, some of those pissed me off.
Well, then guys put those LED lights in where incandescent bulbs are, and it says the headlights out, and it gets all pissed off and starts flashing the lights, and yeah. I did watch you tear that engine down, JB.
I did not. I'll have to go back and watch it.
And this thing was nice inside. The bearings all looked good. They got the big hammer out to beat the rods out of it. I was proud of them.
Was it the motor out of the truck or a new motor?
It's a spare he had hanging around.
Okay.
And it's the newer model with the one-piece rear seal because he's been having issues with the blazer leaking oil.
Okay.
It'll be fine. Yeah.
I watched
the opponent somewhat dry.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine.
So yeah, if you get up to the shop anytime soon, that's something you need to touch base with Digger because.
Well, and then Dave was telling me that he went through like 100-pound cylinder of propane in like a couple days in that thing. I'm like, bro, he's got to have a leak.
What?
Because, yeah. I mean, now this is Dave I'm hearing this from. You know, he's a little out there.
Yeah, he did like to drink. But I don't know.
I'm not
100% accurate.
That's fine. You know, but
I don't know that that's right, though.
I didn't see 100-pound cylinder out there. He just has the normal like 20s or 30s on
As
it.
far as I
It's-
know, he was going like when it was cold, he was going like about once a week to fill up that 25.
There's
Is it
it's
20?
either a 20. It's either a 20 or a 30.
Okay, 30. 30 is the taller one, right? What's up, Jeremy?
It did. He refilled the tanks, and they were almost gone in 2 days. Yeah, he's got to have a leak. Cause, dude, I mean, I don't run my furnace very much, but I have two 20-pound cylinders on mine, which is like what's on your barbecue, right? I fill those up every spring, and I do a lot of cooking outside with my grill and the
Dude, it
flat
took me
iron.
4 years to burn out my 30.
Exactly. And every time I take those tanks to McMahon's in the springtime, they're not empty. Like neither one of them's empty.
Wow. It has to have a leak then.
Oh, that was the original engine that he took out of the Blazer. That was pretty freaking clean, JB. I mean, I don't know how many miles were on it, but the bearings looked good. Check the regulators and make sure. The hoses are cracked. Yeah.
So but
I have a regulator in the van.
But listen. So
I got a sniffer. We can find it.
There was supposed to be a problem with the furnace, and it lit up and worked. Maybe that's what the problem is. Maybe there's another leak somewhere that is not being found.
Well, regulators are a problem. Like, I about blew mine up because it failed. It was actually under recall. So, of course, mine's newer than that one, but I have a regulator. I keep one on hand at all times because I had no idea. It had a pilot light on the furnace?
It should light itself.
Yeah, I was going to say that one should not have a pilot light.
Eric had no idea. Okay.
Is that Digger's name, Eric? I don't know.
Just got in. What's shaking?
What's
Not
up,
much.
you
Unfinished. And yes, unfinished. To answer your question, that was a stuck lifter that bent that push rod. Previous owner was Eric. What is Digger's first name?
Chris.
That's right.
Chris. I was like, it just came into my head. I'm like, it's Chris.
Don't be talking leaks. My Blazer has them all at the moment.
You know what, JB? It's kind of nice when you got something that leaks because then you know when it's out of oil because there ain't no leaks. So you're like, oh, crap, I got to put oil in it.
Yeah, I'm going to leave that alone. My oil pan's leaking on the truck.
Weird.
It's a mother trucker to do, too.
That never happens. Is yours four-wheel
Normally it's the
drive?
rear main, huh?
Is yours four-wheel drive?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it is. It's not that
Yeah.
bad. You just got to drop the diff down.
Yeah, a diff and all kinds of other shit, too. It sucks.
Well, the other nice thing about an oil leak is you know exactly where you park. Like, that's my parking spot. Somebody says, no, it isn't. I'm like, yeah, it is. Look at all that oil. That's my parking spot.
Yeah, I'm so proud. Dude, I drove that Hemi truck this morning. That thing is such a mutt.
I hate those Hemi trucks. I don't know why anybody even is interested in that engine.
Makes my 5.3 look like a big block Chevy.
They're just junk. They're junk. Now, you know, an old school 426 Hemi or the,
That's
even
a
the small
totally
one,
different monster.
I'm down with
That
those.
is a torque monster
but
from hell.
But these new Gen 3s or whatever they are, they're just garbage.
Sorry, Tom,
Yeah, they're just junk.
but
And I own a Dodge pickup truck, but it doesn't have a Hemi in it for one reason and one reason only.
Hemi, brother.
Yeah, Hemi, brother. Well, the Hemis that the Hemi brother are running, they're pretty wicked. Well, actually, no, he actually they tore up a blower on one of the Hemis already, and it
Was
didn't
that-
have very many miles on it.
So did Toast have a Hemi in it, or was that a big block Chevy?
I have a big block Chevy.
Okay.
It had a
So
blower.
what
on it.
had the Hemi? Was that the Blazer?
His
the
new
blown-
Camaro's got a Hemi in it, but it's like a Proline badass.
I know,
Hemi.
I saw that.
That's like an old 426 type Hemi. That's like a Donovan.
That is a fast freaking car, dude.
Man, those guys that built that chassis, dude, did you see?
Who has a Hemi from Proline?
Yeah, exactly. Proline Hemi, yeah.
Okay,
Which
so
is-
did they put a
which-
blown Hemi in the Blazer, or was that a small block? What they put in the Blazer?
That's an LS.
Was it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure that was an LS. I know it was not a Hemi. I can tell you that at least. But
okay.
yeah, it
The
was an
Blazer
LS.
was an LS. Okay, I wasn't able to watch all of that, but I know.
That's why they
just
call
watched
that guy LS
Pull the
George.
wheels.
He's all about the LS.
Yeah,
that thing is
right.
wicked. And then they had that fucking Fiero with the big block Chevy in the back of it that LS George freaking crashed it. Poor guy.
Right? Yeah.
That was wicked,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. Did you get to watch damn it, who was it that he sponsors, or they sponsor him? The machine shop where they make all the hot rod parts.
Oh, when they had the Camaro
No.
and pulled him out of the chair. Motion.
No,
Yeah.
he hit the freaking Christmas tree. An actual Christmas tree right in front of the car. Motion Raceworks, yeah. So they did a burnout on the return road.
Oh,
At the
that
very
was
end.
yeah, that was what is called? What's his name? Stevie Fast did that.
Yeah,
He was trying to break. So they were drag racing over at the drag strip, and they needed somewhere to scrub the tires in. And that's when Cletus said, "Well, come over here and scrub the tires in because he's got that whole Christmas light display."
Yeah,
Yeah, he fucked up and hit that and hit the Crown
actual
Vic.
Christmas tree and bounced
Yeah,
off
little
the Crown
tree,
Vic.
yeah.
Oh my
Yeah, that
god,
was
I couldn't
Stevie
believe
Fast
that.
that did that.
And he busted that quarter panel to hell.
Which Stevie Fast is kind of a prick, if you ask me. So
I'm not one to follow him. I was just watching Cletus's channel and what had happened.
So what pissed me off about him is I was over at Indy the year that Chief tried to qualify in Pro Mod with the Crow Mod at Indy,
Yeah.
and they'd only let him allow to run so much boost, and he
Yes.
was really close to qualifying. And I was down at the finish line, and Stevie Fast was down there, and I don't remember who I was talking to, but it was somebody who knew Stevie, and he's like, "Oh, here comes those fucking street idiots," and it was Chief coming around the corner, and I'm like, "Oh, okay, that's how you feel about him? Well, good for you, bud." And then he fucking wrecks his car on fucking Cletus's channel. Ha ha! Suck it.
Damn it, can't type fast enough. Have to run, guys. Have a great night. Maybe we just get a chance to hop on. Okay, later, JB. Thanks for stopping in and chatting while you can.
Have a good night, bud.
I think he done ducked out.
Who that?
JB.
Yeah, Jay. He's busy, man.
He's fast.
He got shit to do.
Did Alicia cut your hair? Who cut your hair?
No, I went to Great Clips.
Oh,
I'm always so busy, and it's like I can't get my schedule to align
Dude,
with her schedule.
that girl butchered my melon when I went to Great Clips. Butchered.
So I go to the one over at By Meyer where the like where Penn Station and stuff is there.
Oh yeah, I went over on Fairfield.
Yeah, don't go over there. There's there's two girls in there. There's like this. There's an older chick. She's really good, and then there's a younger chick. Don't use her. And then there's like a middle-aged, tattooed up chick. She's real tall. I can't think of her name, but literally, she's good. Like if I go in there, I usually want mine like yours, like clipper it on the sides, cut it short on the top. We're good. Well, I went in there the last time I went. It was a young girl, and it was like somehow in their system, it's like, oh, just take an inch off of it all the way around. And I'm like, no. And I let it grow out way too long this time. It was like literally doing the little ducky tail in the back because I just been so fucking busy. So like I said, I literally got in there. It was like 15 minutes of closing time. And I checked in before I left the house, drove up there. And she was like, I don't understand what the instructions are for your hair. I said, wait. I said, well, tonight I got to go. I got a Christmas party to be at. Put your number 3 guard. Put your number 3 guard on. Trim my sideburns. Trim my eyebrows. I'm out. She looked at the other chick and she was like, we're going to be out of here in 5 minutes. And then she only charged me $9 to cut my hair.
Damn.
Yeah, she's like, oh well, it's between 5 and 6. It's only $8.99. I'm like, oh okay, cool. Because I was trying to find like a coupon I have for like $5. She's like, well, you can't use it anyway because it's only $9 a night. It's usually like 20 or whatever. And I'm like, okay, cool. But yeah,
I think I paid $17 and I didn't even want to pay that. She screwed my head up.
yeah.
My 5.
So the last time I got my hair cut there, I was not happy because I'm like,
yeah.
It's not much shorter than when I left. And I'm like, this time of year, especially me being outside, I've always got my toboggan hat on and then my hair gets all messed up and then it's all itchy. And I'm like, you know what? It's going to grow back.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not going to be long. I'm going to be
Dan,
sitting there. I don't
in
have
the
a whole lot of it.
summertime, number 2 I use for the winter time.
Yeah. Right.
Summertime, there's no guard on my sides.
Yeah. Let it have it. Yeah, exactly. I said, I only have a couple more years, so I'm just going to be, just shave it, Oh man,
Feels
we
like
were
mine's racing back a little bit over here.
Oh, you want to talk about that, huh? I got the widow's peak. Look, it's all the way back to like.
I think that's why Bobby shaves his head.
And you're only 3 years younger than me, so you're doing good. Don't worry about it.
Well, Jeremy's is doing the same damn thing.
Oh, Jeremy's started before mine did.
Yeah, I haven't caught up to him yet. Hopefully, I don't.
Yeah.
It's weird that Dad's didn't go faster than what his did.
Dad's still got some pretty good hair.
I know.
But you get your hair from your mom's side, so who knows what.
Did you see those rocker panels and stuff once we were done with them?
Mm-hmm.
He was just like, "Can you guys paint it too?" And I'm like, "Nope,
Nope.
we don't do
Bigger
that."
bill, see you bye.
I was just like, "We've got you ready for paint. You take it somewhere and they can paint it."
We will flat black it, and you can just have a nice day.
I had to re-sand and re-prime the driver's side because for some reason, where we put those couple spots of Bondo where I welded, bled through a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
So I had to sand those back down and re-prime it a couple times. Yeah. So now it looks really good. You can't see it, but I was supposed to do that last weekend, but I was sick all weekend. So now I finished it and I went to move it out. And Sunday, Abigail was in the hospital and I was up until 8 a.m. So I didn't get no sleep. So I did not take the Camaro to the shop Sunday. What for, Jeremy? You gonna stick it in the Honda?
You gonna stick it in that freaking Range Rover you got?
No, he needs to get rid of that.
Yeah. You got a good 5.3 in your Corvette, don't you?
That's a 6.2 or 6.0
Oh, okay.
in the truck in the shop. may buy it. Which one? The one that needs a timing chain? Dude, Bobby pulled the timing cover on this truck and it broke the timing chain. What's up, Don?
On an LS?
Yeah,
Wow. So it
I
been
know.
wow. I got
Well-
your Christmas card today, by the way, Don. Thank
Yeah,
you very much.
I did too.
Wendy. Yeah.
Yeah, the blue truck.
Let me go throw some trash out. Blue truck. Ugh.
Yeah, one that we got towed in.
Yeah, Jeremy needs a pickup truck. He's never had one. He needs
That's actually, whew, that truck don't look bad either, so that would be okay to have. It's probably lived in Ohio its whole life, and it's probably got some rust coming, but it still looks good at the moment. What the heck was I going to say? I can't remember. Get that running and sell the POS Range Rover. Yes. Tired of fighting suspension issues? You'd be a lot happier with it anyway. That's on Wendy. I said, do you know how much? So, every time I go to get stamps done, I always get the Forever stamps. They're like, I don't know, a couple bucks more. But I always get the Forever stamps. You can have them for 10 years, and it doesn't matter how much postage has changed. It's the same
Yeah.
price.
That's what I do. I bought like 8 of them or something like 2 years ago. And I still have like 4 of them.
No, dude. I bought 2 books of Forever stamps of the hot rod ones, and I still have 1 whole sheet of Forever stamps.
Yeah, postage is stupid. But I do appreciate it.
Yeah, I
On
love
the
the
blue
car.
truck.
Dude, Jeff Linky sent me $100 gift card with my Christmas card.
Jeff Linky, why does that sound familiar? Is that the guy that lives over there on Troy Street where his house got screwed up?
No, he was a customer. Jill
Yeah, I
Linky,
know.
Jeff Linky. No,
Yeah, I
he
know.
lives. If you go up towards into Beaver Creek from the shop, so if you turn left at the shop, go to Fairfield, go across Fairfield, you hit Haynes Road and turn left in that new complex. He lives back in there.
I can't remember.
So we hardly ever saw Jeff. We always saw Jill.
Oh, okay.
She was a short brunette.
It's cold down here. I gotta turn my heat on.
I've got a heater for here, but I've been using it
Yeah.
at work. Sell the Range or fix it for Mason. Ugh. Buy Mason a Ranger.
Yeah,
That dude's gonna fuck some shit up. I'm sorry
Yeah.
to say.
yeah. Buy him a Dakota like I did Hunter and let him tear the hell out of it. Ooh.
But yeah, every time he calls, I answer and help him out.
Get him
Comes
something
up-
that's cheap on insurance because he's gonna tear it up.
I had a line on a T100, but guy ghosted me.
That would have
would've
been a good one. Yeah. Buy him that Honda Civic that Hunter has.
He's already got someone buying that.
Yeah, it's Tina's daughter's buying it.
Yeah.
Well, supposedly, we'll see.
Well, Hunter needs to hurry up and get it done. That way it can be sold. He's got a couple little things he needs to finish on it, and he can get rid of it.
Yeah, he got the parts for it today.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Rangers are so cheap and easy to fix. There's nothing on the front end that can't be replaced. And it's cheap.
Yeah. Yeah, you're entering the next chapter of fatherhood. Good luck with that.
Yeah. It's fantabulous. That's why I got Danny the Impala, because it's cheap to fix.
Yeah. And you'll shit when you got to put them on your insurance policy. Oh my God. Especially boys. Your insurance is going to triple.
The Dawn.
Yeah.
Oh.
Buddy? Merry Christmas.
No, I'm not putting on the whole suit. That's a different hat.
the bah humbug, yes, sir. How you guys doing?
So, Jeremy, the only suggestion I have is waiting
for spring. Here, let's do the whole spiel.
There you go. Attaboy.
It's like Elton John at Christmas.
Yep.
They need to be bigger.
Wendy got me these last year. It's like they've been laying over here for the last 12 months.
Did you guys get any deer yet this year?
No.
No.
Ronnie got a couple of them running through about 35 miles an hour, but
yeah.
Dude, I about hit one the other night on my normal way home.
Give me a call. If you do give me a call, I'll be out to pick it up. Make it a big one.
Yeah, Don is a big roadkill specialist.
Yeah, don't hit it in the ass. You know.
He'll be the daytime Dave. But no,
this is faster than texting.
Yeah, it is.
This dude is in the middle of the road doing 45 miles an hour. And I got over, started doing 50. And the next thing I know, I see this deer and I start hitting the brakes, and Hunter about hit me. And he was texting on. No, he was on the goddamn phone.
Oh.
So he finally realizes he's about to rear end me, and he tears over in the left lane. And luckily the deer took off, so I stomped the gas like Jesus Christ.
I know. I'll
try and come out tomorrow and check Digger's camper though and see what the hell is going on with it. Off the subject, sorry.
That's all right.
Come on, man.
Oh, it's another cat.
That's the other cat.
Which one's that?
That one's Poofy.
I don't
like Flowers. She's a Maine Coon. She grows hair forever.
Oh,
yeah,
man,
she's
gorgeous.
Yeah, right. She smells like a dirty rag.
Oh. Well, see, that's what I have. I have
her hair always grows.
Abigail freaking bathes all the animals.
Oh, hey, good luck. I want to watch.
Oh,
try this,
dude. I have one. My cat Mittens is an asshole. So she holds him down and gives him a bath.
Good luck with this one. I can't even get her cut. The groomer refuses to do her.
Why?
She mean.
She don't sit still.
Yeah.
No, she don't sit still.
I know, but there's a weak point somewhere.
Our aunt had
they haven't found it yet.
Maine Coons when we were kids, and yeah, they were hairy animals for sure.
Well, she's a pretty cat, but but they're saying the hair grows forever. You gotta, if you were to never cut her, she'd be this big.
Yeah.
That's like that dachshund we had that passed away here recently. Her hair would just grow and grow. We constantly.
Jason's camera jumps in and out all the time, Jeremy.
Yeah, my camera's screwed up, Jeremy.
Yeah, but this one's a million thread count.
Yeah. I mean, she's pretty tame though. She's not like the other one, like crawling all over you and shit.
Yeah, well, the other one got a little too feisty one night, and she had to go.
Oh,
no offense, but
Yeah.
I was in it. That's what I was working out. I'd go out and work in the garage for an hour, run in the house for something, go back out, and every time I had to fight the cat at the door. Well, she latched into me one day when I was going out the door. It's like, you're done. It's like a cat.
Yeah.
It's like a dog biting a kid.
Yeah, you can't have that shit.
It's over. No.
Yeah.
No, because she hooked me in the leg and I had to pull her claw out.
Ow.
Oh,
Well, you know how they get stuck.
Oh
Yep.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, except it was in my leg. I got
I had-
infected. And not a lot.
We had
Just
two
one of
male.
those is like enough Wendy had to get after it, and I almost cried because Wendy
Yeah.
is relentless.
We
Wendy
had
got
two male cats when the kids were real little, and they were great. And then all of a sudden they started, doing their business where they weren't supposed to do. And then
Oh yeah, pissing on shit. Yeah,
oh yeah, and then the
that's
girls
another
were little.
reason. Yep.
Yeah,
We've had cats in past years as soon as
yeah, and
they start
it's
spraying.
like they're okay, and then all of a sudden they just start spraying on everything.
Well,
and these-
yep.
And these guys
That's
were,
another reason to go out the door.
yeah, and these guys were big, and I had them fixed. And then, like I said, the girls were little. And one night, my wife, well, she still works nights, but I gave the girls baths, and I got them out of the tub and had their towels wrapped around them. And they walked out of the bathroom, and this one cat got a hold of both of them. I'm like, no, I'm not. I can't do this. I can't do this no more.
Back in the day, if it was a dog, you'd take it out behind the woodshed and dig a hole.
Right. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't put up with my dogs doing that shit because, well,
Well, it's
dogs don't scratch you. The dogs freaking bite you.
they bite.
I don't deal with that bullshit.
I'd rather have a cat scratch than a dog bite.
Yeah. Well, my problem is I'm allergic
You wanna
to
see
cats,
how-
so if they scratch me, dude, I swell up like you wouldn't believe. So
Well, you can get infections, bad infections from cat scratches.
exactly.
You figure, in the litter box, they're tramping on it.
Well, when I was a kid, that's all we had was cats. And I don't know if Robbie remembers this, but I had cat scratch fever where I had these big lumps under my arms and stuff, and I had to go to the doctor and get shots. Yeah, we were
yeah, I
little.
don't
Robert.
remember that.
Yes,
Oh, yeah,
it's
it
a
was
real
bad.
thing.
Yeah. And I,
Yep. Ted Nugent wrote a song about it.
yeah. That was different. That was
It's a
different
real
kind of
thing.
cat, but yeah. But yeah,
You
it
want to see how
was.
fast she leaves?
Oh, when you smoke, cats hate cigarette smoke, dude. They freaking hate it.
Raina's getting
Oh, I know. That's
Yeah.
saying I could
Yep,
quit
there she
smoking
goes.
if it
Yeah.
wasn't for the cat.
Yeah.
See ya.
Yeah, they do
Yeah.
not like smoke. Yeah.
I agree, Jeremy.
Well, after a while, you don't even have to light it. You just got to threaten and they'll take off. But they'll be back in 3 minutes. They'll come around the other side of the laptop and say, "Are you done yet?"
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it usually
Yeah, that
happens when I
sucks.
send her away is she'll go get in trouble. She'll want to climb in the cupboard or knock shit on the floor. Or
Yeah.
all day it's like, what the fuck, cat? Doesn't matter. She could be, even when she's
watch-
sleeping, she's annoying.
I watched this guy on YouTube. He's called a Lion Dad. He's kind of like the Tiger King, but not weird. And he brings in all these animals that people trying to domesticate them and then they don't. And he rescues them. And he had these 2 wolf pups that he raised from like when they were like 2 days old because their mom died. And he had to put the male down the other day. He was like 15, and dude, it was crazy. This guy would put his head up to this wolf and like talk to him, and our whole head was like his snout was as long as our whole head, and that dog was never mean to him. And oh, he was so upset. I was too, because it was like right around when
I
we had
could
to
say
put
it.
Chloe down,
Well, I mean, to have them, to more or less it was old age.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's usually the
Still
case
has a
around here.
sister. He still has a sister, but the sister's like half of what that male was, size wise, But yeah, it sucks when they get older, and some of them do get snippy, and they just don't want anybody messing with them, and sometimes it's just, unfortunately, like I said, it was crazy because we were gonna. Chloe went fast. Like in 2 days' time, she started acting weird and not eating, and going to the bathroom in the house, and then one night she got really bad, and I said she's waiting on Cindy to get home. So Cindy got home, and I told her what all was going on with the dog, and she's like, "Well, I'll call the vet, and we'll just go to the vet and have her put down. Like I don't want her suffering anymore." Like okay. And
Yeah, it's
about
tough
15
making
minutes
that
later, my daughter was holding her, Brennan was holding her, and well, actually the night before that, before I went to bed, I told the kids to like tell this dog goodbye because she was doing things that she had never done before. Like she never would come back in the room with me and sleep. The big dogs would, but the little dog, she was like the guard dog. She always stayed out in the front. Well, she wandered back in my room and wanted in the bed, which I didn't want her to get in the bed because she likes to jump off the bed, and our bed's pretty high. And she was a small dog.
crash to the floor.
Yeah. And actually, I did put her in the bed at one point, but she actually did try and jump off the bed. I'm like, no. But yeah,
We set up a step system at the end against the wall for ours.
exactly.
It's like you jump up on the tub, and then you know.
Mhm.
Which our bed's not that tall, so.
Well, the bigger dogs, they can jump on there's like a chest at the end of the bed, The big dogs get on that, and then they jump up. But yeah, then Cindy got home, and then my daughter was holding her, and I came downstairs to switch laundry or something, and I hear both of them just bawling. I'm like, what? They're like, she just took her last breath. I'm like, oh, crap.
No way.
So then I was holding her, and it was like the whole.
That's got to be rough.
Oh, it was. And then I was holding her because they were all upset, and then she did the whole last muscle memory, and then Sunday was like, well, I guess I don't have to call a vet. I guess we took her to the funeral home and had her cremated, and we got her upstairs now. So, but she was old. She was 15 and a half. So
You can't argue that.
Dude, Bud was
No,
staring
she-
at me tonight, and his eyes were so glassy and gray, and I'm
and that's
like,
how Chloe's was. Yeah, she had cataracts, and
That's what I was
she
going to
couldn't
say.
see, she
Cataract.
couldn't hear. Yeah, she couldn't see. She couldn't hear. Feel bad for him,
It's tough because then you got to make the call or the decision.
Yeah. And we made the call, but then she was like, "Nah, I'm making the call. I'm done."
Well, save you
Yeah.
some money, Daddy.
It did, yeah. Well, our shepherd, which is actually Rob's dog, he's almost as old as
he's
they were
18.
they were like a year.
Oh,
Yeah, I think Bandit was a year older than Bud was. Of course,
Year or two.
Bandit had cancer, and I held on to him for too long, and then finally one morning I'm like, he wasn't doing good. I'm like, I gotta take him, and I can't keep him around anymore. I'm only keeping him around for me.
you're being selfish. Yes.
Exactly, and that's what I said. I said I'm being selfish. I'm doing this for me. So we got to do this.
It's tough making that call. I remember our last dog. Our
'Cause he
last
was-
dog is.
Well,
Hey,
Bud
look.
is still eating, sleeping, going. He's still doing okay, so I'm not going to put him down just yet. His back
that's-
legs are getting weak, but the dude still goes out and plays.
Yeah. Well, and that's how Bandit was. It was like, well, we knew he had cancer, and it was like, well, I'll hold him through the holidays. We kept him through the holidays. He was fine, and then it was it was Valentine's Day. No, it was my anniversary, which is 2 days before Valentine's Day.
Dan,
I'm
he'll
like-
not eat one night, but the next night he eats to make up for it.
Yeah. Well, this guy wasn't. It was funny. Dad was over the night before when I was like, I want to put him down. And Bandit was a beer hound. He loved beer. And I went up to the drive-thru, and I got a 40-ounce of beer for him and poured it in the bowl. And Dad was here, and we had a talk with him, and we got him. We gave him some beers, and then that's why I messaged Cindy that night. I was like, hey, when you get home, I want you to say goodbye to this dog. I'm gonna go get him put down. But my point to the story was the vet that we took him to, his whole life. I went and had him put down, and they charged me for it. And then I don't know, it was a few weeks later, they actually sent us a check in the mail that was a refund for the services that actually putting him down and cremating him. They took care of
Really?
it. So, yeah,
Oh,
that was
they
pretty cool.
prorated it.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I mean, they took care of him.
That was nice of them to do that at least.
It was,
You know.
and and we have other animals that we still take to them. So
Right. You're a repeat.
but yeah,
customer.
that was pretty cool. That was yeah, exactly. Once they stop eating, Dan, yeah, and that's what Chloe did. She stopped eating, stopped drinking. I'm like, okay, crap. Oh well, then another story about her, the dachshund, was when we had to put Bandit down. The shepherd, dude, she didn't go outside, eat anything for like a month. She just wandered around the house looking for Bandit. We were worried about her, and then finally she perked up, and then that's when we got the beagle that we have now, and then we've got the beagle in the Aussie mix.
How many dogs you got?
Well, I have 2 now. We had 3, so yeah,
All right.
yeah.
See,
And I honestly, at this point, I want to wait until these dogs work through their lifetime, because now it's like I can't take these dogs camping. They bark and go off on everybody, and so
Yeah,
I want to cycle through
that's
these.
the way I am. I don't have time for a dog right now.
Yeah, well,
They're 24/7.
they're children, and people need to realize that. Yeah.
A cat, you can feed them,
Yeah,
food,
you can
water,
let 'em-
and
right.
a litter box,
Yeah.
and they're good for the weekend.
Right. They're self-sufficient. So that's the thing. Like, I want to let this round cycle through, and then the next dog I get, I'm going to take that dog everywhere with me. I'm going to take it with me when I go to jobs. I'm going to take it with me when I go to the store. Like, I want it to be a person. I want it to be used to people,
Yes. My son's got a dog like that. He's got an Australian Shepherd.
Yeah.
2 blue eyes, man.
Yeah.
I can't.
We have
can't
the
even
one we
think
have.
of his
She's a
name.
mix. Yeah, she's a mix.
This
when we
one's
got
a
her as a
purebred.
Yeah.
Somebody worked with. They had Australian Shepherds. This dog's certified, but no paperwork. Pretty
They're great
dog,
dogs.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yep, he takes that dog everywhere. He's on the hip. Actually, he's recovering from a busted tailbone right now.
I wish this one would have been that way. Now, and Rob can contest to this. Like Bandit, my shepherd, I could walk in without a leash. He would be right on my side.
Oh, he was such
He would
a
never-
good boy.
He would never mess with anybody. He was a great dog.
So he would only bark, if someone new pulled up in the driveway, he didn't know their car. But that's a normal thing.
Right.
That's what dogs do. That's their job.
That's right.
Like we have
dogs
the
do that.
concrete pad. We have the concrete pad from the garage to the house, and then blacktop driveway out. If I had those gates open, he would literally lay right at the line of the concrete and the blacktop and never move. And what was really crazy is my dad used to come over here like every night, and I'd be sitting there and they're working on a car or working on the yard or whatever. And all of a sudden he would go over and he would be at the fence if the fence was closed, and he would lay down. I'm like, what are you doing? Here comes Dad. And Dad lives about 2 blocks away. I swear to you, he knew
hears
when
the-
Dad's car started
I believe
and
that.
came over. It was crazy.
Probably that's why he's laying out there, was waiting for
Yeah,
him
he
to
was.
show up.
Oh, he was waiting on Dad. Like he was straight up waiting on Dad.
Yep.
And yeah, like I said, the Australian we have, she's a mix. She's Beagle and Australian Shepherd, and she's got one half blue eye now that she's gotten older. Now, when we got her as a baby, she had 2 blue eyes, but she's smart as shit. She's really nice, but man, whenever new people come around, it's like she's an asshole for about 5 minutes until she has to get to know you. Like you can't get to know her. She's like,
It's on
no,
her
don't put
terms.
me.
Ah, here you go.
Just like
I'm
Oscar.
surprised I found it.
So what's cool about Bandit was if you'd sit down, you'd have to hold your beer or he'd knock it over and take it.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, man, that's a pretty
Oh
dog.
yeah, that's a pretty dog. Yeah. Heck yeah.
Yep. I don't need no leash in the yard.
Yeah. They're
If she
super
wants
smart.
to go, all my son has to say is, "You want a hug?"
Yeah,
She'll
they're
come
so
up. She'll
smart.
jump right up on you. Well, actually, he made her too much so far up his ass.
So
That's his own fault.
with
But my son's that way. He don't need
with
an old
Bandit,
lady.
if you sit down, you didn't dare put your beer down because he'd knock it over and drink it.
Oh yeah, he'd knock it over and drink it.
You couldn't have a cigarette right there because he was like he'd stick his nose
Stick
right
his
in
nose in it.
it. Yeah,
Dude, he would eat a whole pack of cigarettes if you leave it laying down.
right.
That's probably
Oh,
And if
Oh,
he'd
yeah.
come up and he would like crawl up into your lap, and you'd put your hands up like this, and he'd get down and just
Yeah.
lay down in front of you, like waiting for you to say, "Okay, come on."
when he was a puppy, I rescued him from the pound, and I actually wanted him and his sister, but his sister wouldn't come to us, and we brought him home. And I remember I came home, I had one Miller High Life in the refrigerator, and it was a hot day. And I sat down on the porch, and Cindy had just got up, and the kids were little. And I set that beer down. I just opened it, and he came over and knocked it over. And I mean, he was just a little guy. He's probably 10 weeks old, and he drank that beer. And I'm like,
Can't
well,
blame the dog.
yeah,
Your
I
fault
can't-
for setting it down.
yeah, exactly. Oh, I never did blame the dog. No, but he did. I mean, there was
There
many
might
times.
have been a son of a bitch come out of your mouth. but-
Yeah. No, I really didn't. That dog was he was cool as shit. I love that dog. And he was a good dog. Like all my friends were upset when they found out that he had passed. They were like, "Man, that dog was so good." I'm like, "I know."
Yeah.
Like I didn't have to say a word to him. He could read every body language for me. I could tell him to sit, I could tell him to stay, I could tell him to speak, and never say a word to him, only with hand signals, and he was.
Yep. 2 dogs ago, we had one like that. If she got out of the yard, she rarely did. She was just venturing. It's not like she took off. But she's been like a block away, and I'll just put my hand up and point at my feet.
Yeah, come on. Yeah.
I
Exactly.
mean, I've had her come a block and a half
Mhm.
and come
Mhm.
over, and she'll sit at my feet.
Yeah, he
and
did.
then she acts like I'm scolding her.
He did one time when he was younger. There was a little dog down the street, and she was in heat, and he ran down to these people's houses and jumped through their screen door. I had to have a new screen made for their door.
Let me
And-
get that fixed for you.
Well, then the lady was all pissed off about it, and I'm like, I'm sorry, man. Well, and I got our screen fixed, and then she came down a couple days later, and she was like, I just wanted to tell you that your daughter lied to me. This is Brenna, my little girl, and I'm like, okay, what's going on? She said that dog unlatched the gate and came down to my house, and I'm like, well,
She did. Yeah.
he did. He
I
literally,
believe it.
the U-shaped, gate latch on your gate. If he wanted out, I had to put a carabiner in it to keep it because
Yes.
he would
Spring
take
loaded.
his snout and he would smack that thing and unlock it.
Oh yeah.
And she was floored. And I mean, she apologized to me. She was like, "I'm so sorry." And I'm like, I was like, my kids don't lie. Like my kids, you might not like what my kids say, but my kids don't lie. And yeah, she was totally appalled when I told her that. I was like, yeah, he'll do it. And I actually even showed her, I said, okay, look. So I put him in the back and I locked the gate and I said, Bandit, unlock the gate. And he was like, clink, clink. And he unlocked it. He came to us. She was like,
Yeah.
holy
What's the point of even locking it, right?
yeah, she was like, I've never seen a dog do that before. I was like, yeah. I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
He's
Oh,
super-
my dog knew all the outs.
Oh yeah, they know how to get out. Well, when Robbie and I were little kids, our grandparents had a German Shepherd, and you could not keep him in the yard. Like if he had a lanyard,
Yeah.
one of those threaded things in the ground, he would pull it out. My grandfather got pissed one night. He made a leather harness for him, and he tied him to a cast iron 4-speed transmission because he couldn't jump the fence with it. That son of a bitch, one night,
There was a trench in the backyard.
yeah, He dug a trench and went under the fence and drug that transmission with him because there was another dog down the street and he caught a whiff of her. And back then, we were in a city where we were a township, and all the township cops knew that dog by name. And I remember one time he had got out and went up to the park, and the cop picked him up.
Brought
And
him
when
home.
she went to get him out of the car, that dog reared back and busted her in the mouth and bloodied her teeth. Oh, but she wasn't mad at him. She was like, because she was a dog person also. But yeah, and he was a big guy. He was probably about the size of Rob's shepherd, because my shepherd, actually, Bandit was small. Everybody always thought he was a female because he was little. And but yeah, this dog he was a monster. He was a beast.
Well, man, I hate to cut you short, but Erica's got the babies up here. I'm going to go up and see them real quick before she leaves.
All right, brother. It's 10 o'clock. It's all right. We got stuff to do. So
Yeah, I got to shower and go to bed, but I want to go up here and see the twins before she leaves. I
yeah.
got
Oh,
twin
so-
2-year-old babies upstairs.
If you're going to get off, I'll come back and say goodbye.
Yeah.
Hey, I got to do that.
No, there's
Come back in from out-
two twin 2-year-old baby girls upstairs right now. I'm going to go visit with before I go to bed.
Yeah, it's
Hey,
They're adorable.
oh, I'm sure they all are.
So
all right, guys. Don, have a great Christmas. Tell your brother, Ron.
I answer to both.
Yeah, and tell him I said Merry Christmas too, and your wife, and everybody else, and
yeah,
appreciate the Christmas card, and everybody stopping in the chat. Everybody,
Yeah,
have a good-
Wendy's getting into that festive mood this year. I think I'm going to. Well, tomorrow we got our company lunch. Which they're having it catered, which is it's Fry's Turkey Ranch up the road a little bit.
Oh,
No,
Later,
but
Tom. Thanks, buddy.
because they've catered lunch. They used to do
Catching
pizza every
more,
week,
Jeremy.
and they got away from it and did catered lunch. And the last 2 times, negative reviews, across the board.
oh yeah.
But
Are you
Fry's
gonna do-
Turkey,
are you
Fry's
gonna
Turkey
do
Ranch
live?
up the road. They do turkey dinner year round. They're known for their turkey
Not bad.
dinners. So
Are you going to do a Christmas Eve live, Rob?
Oh, hell yes. Hell yes.
Okay. All right. Very good.
See you,
All right.
Dan.
Leslie's out shoveling snow.
I don't think we're going to get
My
no
neighbor
snow.
snow blows everything.
Yeah.
Hell no.
I don't think we're
Oh,
going to get no snow anyway. Hell, they're saying it's going to be like 50 degrees on Saturday.
Thanks, Dan.
Or Christmas.
No.
sorry.
I know it's supposed to get down into single digits here this weekend. So
All right, well, guys, take it easy. Bro, I'll catch you tomorrow. Don,
yeah,
We'll see
thanks
ya.
for letting me stop in.
heck yeah. I'm going to get up
I
here
know.
before she heads out.
Oh, and on a final note, my torque converter is getting built today and tomorrow.
Oh, shit. You better get that rear end put together.
Oh, nope. I'm leaving the rear end in until it goes. I haven't broken nothing yet, and at some point something's got to give, and I'm going to be
Yeah.
there for it.
That's going to be it.
Well, I don't want to tear apart both ends at the same time. I gotta
Right.
still be there.
All right. All right. Take it easy, dude. Tell Wendy we all said head and thanks.
Yeah, Merry Christmas and all that
All right.
jazz.
You too, man. I'll catch you on Tuesday.
I'll probably be here. All right.
All right.
And this with the festive. All right. Good night,
All right. See you
Yeah,
guys.
Good
Later,
night.
bro.
Dan, Coach Jay, Turbo Tom.